Welcome. We've got some thrilling Arsenal news lined up for you, so stay tuned until the end to catch all the latest updates. And don't forget to leave 300 likes to keep us motivated in bringing you the latest Arsenal updates. Mikel Arteta must start Gabriel Martinelli against Fulham. Arsenal resumed their Premier League campaign with a trip to Fulham's Craven Cottage on Saturday, and manager Mikel Arteta faces a selection headache with several attackers in fine goal-scoring form. During the October international break, Bukayo Saka, Gabriel Martinelli, Leandro Trossard, Eberechi and Max Daumann all found the net, while midfielder Mikel Merino bagged a brace and Ethan Nwaneri provided a string of quality assists. In our view, Arteta should opt for a front three of Martinelli, Victor Gyokeres and Saka against Fulham. Despite Gyokeres enduring an 8-match goal drought for club and country, Arteta is likely to back the Swede to lead the line, especially after his misfortune with a denied penalty and a shot that struck the post before the break. Saka, an undisputed starter on the right flank, is a certainty, and we firmly believe Martinelli should be unleashed on the opposite wing in this crucial London derby. Martinelli's case for a starting spot is compelling, particularly given Arsenal's recent struggles at Craven Cottage, where they failed to win in their last 2 visits, including a 1-1 draw last season. A late Saka goal from Martinelli's cross was controversially ruled out by VAR for an offside in that match, but the Brazilian redeemed himself at the Emirates in April, setting up Saka in a 2-1 victory. Martinelli ran rings around Timothy Castagne, winning multiple dribbles with his pace and aggression, and with Castagne likely to start due to Kenny Teat's injury, the 29-year-old defender could be in for a torrid time. Although Martinelli has been relegated to a regular substitute role recently, with Trossard preferred on the left in Arsenal's last 3 Premier League outings, the £48 million Stars form 4 goals and 1 assist in his last 7 matches for club and country demands a recall. Arteta must back Martinelli to shine on the left flank against Fulham this weekend. Onslaught speaks out on Arsenal's costly decision to release one of the finest strikers of the last 15 years for nothing. Arsenal are flying high under Mikel Arteta's stewardship, with a growing belief that this season could mark their best shot at the Premier League title in 2 decades. After 7 matches, the Gunners top the table with 16 points from a possible 21, just a whisker ahead of Liverpool, who trail by a single point following back-to-back defeats. New technical director Andrea Berta has made a splash with some shrewd summer signings, notably Martin Zubimendi and Eberechi, who've been turning heads. However, the £60 million capture of Victor Gyokeres hasn't quite set pulses racing, despite his glittering reputation forged through stellar performances at Sporting Lisbon, Portugal's back-to-back champions. Gyokeres, at the very least, knows how to find the back of the net. That said, his early showings this campaign have left fans wanting more. Sky Sports pundit Gary Neville has dubbed him a battering ram capable of bullying smaller sides, but there's a feeling he'll need to step up his game against technically superior opponents. His frustrations aren't limited to domestic action either, with the 27-year-old fluffing his lines in his first 2 Champions League outings for Arsenal. Against Athletic Bilbao and Olympiacos, he squandered 3 clear-cut chances, according to SofaScore data. Still, the season is young, with only 2 months gone. There's plenty of time for the prolific forward to settle into his role as Arsenal's main man up top in the Premier League. As Neville hinted, the contrast between Gyokeres' direct, physical approach and the more polished, technical play of his attacking teammates isn't necessarily a bad thing. That said, he'll need to sharpen his link-up play to truly thrive in Arteta's system. Despite his potential to become Arsenal's finest centre-forward in years, questions linger over whether Gyokeres can outshine the club's standout strikers from the past decade or so. Indeed, one former Arsenal frontman, a seasoned campaigner, has kicked off the current season in even more dazzling form than Arteta's latest big-money signing. That man is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who joined Arsenal from Borussia Dortmund for £56 million in January 2018. During his time at the Emirates, the Gabonese striker bagged 92 goals in just 163 appearances, while also laying on 21 assists. Though his exit from the club was a tad messy, Aubameyang left a lasting legacy under Arteta, delivering the only silverware of the Spaniard's tenure so far with 4 goals in the latter stages of the 2019-20 FA Cup, including a brace in the semi-final against Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. Liverpool boss Onslaught recently weighed in on Arsenal's decision to let Aubameyang go for free in 2022, saying, "I was surprised Arsenal let a player of Aubameyang's caliber leave for nothing. He's one of the best strikers of the past 15 years, and seeing him still scoring at 36 proves his quality. It was a bold move, but perhaps not the wisest in the long run. Aubameyang hit the ground running in the 2019-20 Premier League season, scoring 10 goals in his first 13 matches before finishing with 22 league goals. He was 28 when he arrived in North London, and his career has continued to flourish since leaving Arsenal. Astonishingly, now at 36 and playing for Marseille, Aubameyang has already notched 4 goals and 3 assists in 7 appearances across all competitions this season. Remarkably, Aubameyang is outshining Gyokeres, a player nearly 9 years his junior who racked up an incredible 97 goals over 2 seasons in Portugal, including a hat-trick against Manchester City in last year's Champions League. Looking at Arsenal's top Premier League goalscorers season by season since Aubameyang's last prolific campaign at the club, it's clear that fans and pundits have been spot on in highlighting the lack of quality in the final third, which has often held back an otherwise talented attacking unit. Gyokeres' 3 goals from 7 Premier League outings this season isn't a dreadful return, but his performances have been a bit underwhelming, with 4 missed big chances and an average of fewer than 6 passes per game at a 56% completion rate. While he's found the net 3 times in the league, he's yet to hit top gear if he hopes to rival, let alone surpass, Aubameyang as Arsenal's premier centre-forward in recent memory. Sky Sports journalist Dougie Critchley has marvelled at how one of the finest finishers of the last 15 years continues to prove his worth on the biggest stages. With Aubameyang still outscoring the Swedish striker at Marseille this season, doubts persist about Gyokeres' suitability for a side expected to mount a sustained title challenge. Whether he can hit the 22-goal mark this term remains up in the air, but Arteta will surely be hoping for more from his pricey summer recruit, especially when compared to Aubameyang's enduring knack for exploiting movement and positioning to score with a consistency and ruthlessness that defies his age. As Arsenal chase glory, Gyokeres has big boots to fill, and the ghost of Aubameyang's free exit looms large. Mikel Arteta could unleash the highly dangerous Mikel Merino against Fulham in the Premier League. Arsenal are set to return to Premier League action with a clash against Fulham at Craven Cottage this Saturday. The Gunners have kicked off the top-flight campaign in fine form, currently holding a slender 1-point lead over second-placed Liverpool. A victory in this fixture could see them extend that advantage, particularly as it would mark their first away win against Fulham since March 2023. This result would pile additional pressure on Liverpool, who face Manchester United at Anfield on Sunday. The opportunity to widen the gap at the top makes this weekend's encounter a pivotal moment in the title race. Arsenal's manager, Mikel Arteta, will be keen to capitalise on his side's momentum and secure 3 points in West London. Ahead of the match, Arteta may be contemplating handing a starting role to Mikel Merino, who has been in scintillating form for Spain during the recent international break. The 29-year-old midfielder netted an impressive 4 goals across September's international fixtures, including a hat-trick in a commanding 6-0 victory over Turkey. His performances for La Roja have showcased his growing prowess in front of goal. Merino's fine form earned him a starting spot upon his return to Arsenal, notably in their recent match against Nottingham Forest. In a surprising move, Declan Rice was relegated to the bench, only coming on as a late substitute. Arteta's decision paid dividends, with Arsenal securing a comfortable 3-0 win, and the Spaniard's influence was evident. Speaking after the Forest victory, Arteta expressed his desire to harness Merino's current vein of form. The midfielder's impact was further underlined this week, as he scored 2 superb headers for Spain against Bulgaria and won a penalty in stoppage time. His knack for finding the net has become a key asset for both club and country. Given his recent exploits, it would come as no surprise if Merino were named in the starting lineup this weekend. Described by Arteta as highly dangerous in the opposition's penalty area, the midfielder could form a formidable trio alongside Martin Zubimendi and Declan Rice in the heart of Arsenal's midfield. Such a selection would signal Arteta's intent to dominate the midfield battle against Fulham. However, this potential decision might not sit well with all Arsenal supporters. Merino has faced criticism for his occasionally sluggish decision-making, and the Premier League offers less time and space compared to international football. While he has developed into a player capable of making a significant impact with his newfound goal-scoring instinct, he has yet to consistently replicate his international form in Arsenal's starting 11 this season. If Merino is selected to start in midfield on Saturday, Some fans might prefer to see Eberechi Eze deployed on the left wing instead of Leandro Trossard, who has also struggled for consistency this term. Eze's flair and creativity could complement Merino's presence in the centre, offering Arsenal a balanced and dynamic attacking threat. As Arsenal prepare to face Fulham, Arteta's team selection will be closely scrutinised. With Merino in top form and the stakes high in the race for the Premier League title, the Spaniard's inclusion could prove to be a masterstroke or a gamble depending on how he adapts to the intensity of this crucial away fixture. Thanks for watching Arsenal Time. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment below. Continue following the Gunners' journey with us, and see you in the next video. Come on, you Gunners!